Hi there, my name is Kronenberg and welcome to my channel. This is a film review of Bingo Hell. It's a horror comedy film. It came out in 2021. It's got a rating of 15. It's an hour and 25 minutes. Amazon rating is 3 out of 5. IMDb is 4.3 out of 10. I'm going to do the IMDb synopsis. In the barrio of Oak Springs lives a strong and stubborn group of elderly friends who refuse to be gentrified. Their leader, Lupita, keeps them together as a community, a family. But little did they know their beloved bingo hall is about to be sold to a much more powerful force than money itself. So the director is Gigi Saul Guerrero. I'm going with Gigisaulguerrero. And she directed one of the episodes from The Purge, the series. Producers, there's 11 of them, but the one that had the word producer in the title was Ian Watermeyer, Watermeier, who produced Law Abiding Citizen. Music was by Chase Horseman, who did the music for IQ. Now the cast, I picked quite a lot of them actually, to be honest. We have Adriana Barraza, Barraza, who was Lupita, who was in Drag Me to Hell. That's the dog getting up. I'm going to ignore him. He's been annoying me all bloody night. L. Scott Caldwell, Caldwell, who was Dolores, who was in Lost, the series. I thought I recognised her when I watched it. This film now, I mean. Joshua Caleb Johnson, who was Caleb, who was in Snowfall, the series. Clayton Landy, Landey, who was Morris, who was in The Blob, the original 80s film. Bertilla Damas, Bertila Damas, who was Yolanda, who was in Lucky. Grover Coulson, who was Clarence, who was in The Lone Ranger. And Richard Brake, who was Mr. Big, who was in Hannibal Rising. Awesome film, fantastic. Watch it if you like horrors. It's all about Hannibal Lecter, but basically it doesn't star Anthony Hopkins. It's all when he's starting up as a kid. It's fantastic. One of my favourite films. I love it. Absolutely love it. So it starts off with a phone call, and then some dude is singing, and he's sort of dancing around his house, right, holding this suitcase or whatever it is. Music's kicking in. I don't know what else is kicking in. Some answer phone, and then he starts eating eyeballs. It's like, what the hell? And then they turn into bingo balls, and this is literally within the first 3 minutes. So I've not given much away. If you, well, sorry, not even the trailer, but it's literally the first 3 minutes of the film. So Oak Springs looks like it's a happening place. Not. It's kind of like, a place that the world left. Each person has problems, unfortunately. Now, I actually already know most of the people's backstory. It's literally 10 minutes in. I know about Yolanda, I know about Lupita, I know about Dolores, I know about... there's so many of them I already know rough kind of background on their stories, which is kind of cool. So they have a bingo night in the local community centre. It's for the locals. They're cracking jokes and quite good for us. There's quite a few jokes I was just actually cracking up about. But yeah, it's like a local bingo hall, just chilling. There's a bit where obviously Mr. Big appears. I'm not going to go through all the entire thing, but Mr. Big appears. Right, he's got his bingo hall. And he says, there's a phrase, money can't buy you happiness, but I disagree. The only people who say that are losers. And everyone gets really annoyed, they're like, oh! And he goes, so tell me everyone, are you losers? And they all yell, no! So that basically hooks. It's just fantastic when you hear it and you think, yeah, that's kind of cool. I enjoyed that. There's not much I can say about the film because I enjoyed the whole lot, but basically I saw a death that made me transfixed. I'm not going to say who it was, it's not obviously in the trailer, but it was pretty gruesome. It was pretty interesting how they did it, or how the death transpired. When you watch it you think, really? And then you think, so that's how it's happening. It's very interesting. The deaths, I like them all in a weird way, without being sick or anything. But it wasn't just a case of how they die gruesomely, but there's more to it. There's a bit more to the background. They don't just sort of die. If you ever watch any slasher films, like I don't know, any trauma films or anything like that. If you don't know trauma, just look at Class of Nukem High. But they all just die in these random ways or something like that. But there's a reason why. It's quite interesting. I love the ending, right? It kept me absolutely hooked. The ending was fantastic. Music was great. There was a track, I was trying to find it, where the main woman grabbed a shotgun. So it's in the trailer, she's grabbing a shotgun or something like that. But there's this music in the middle of it, and it's fantastic. I love it. I thought it was great. The acting was great. I thought there were people I've never really heard of, but until I actually read them, I'm like, oh yeah, she was in Lost, and oh yeah, he was from Hannibal Rising. I kind of saw Mr. Big, and I'm like, where the hell have I seen him from? Because I don't read IMDb when I watch these films. I just pick them and watch them based on the review rating, obviously. But that's it. So I don't know where these people. You watch something, you think, where have I seen that person from? What the hell have I... And it was racking my brains. Then it was Hannibal Rising. Obviously, he's done other stuff as well. So it's got, what, a 4.5, did I say? A 4.3. It sounds weird, but I'm going to give it a 6.5, maybe even a 7. I liked the film. A lot of people didn't. Obviously, the rating was low. But I enjoyed it because it was so different. And it was funny, and it wasn't, well, it was over the top in certain things, but it was just something fun to watch without being too sinister. But there you go. I can't really say much about it because if I enjoy a film, I don't have much time to write anything down because I'm too busy engrossed in the film. Anyway, hopefully you've enjoyed watching and listening to this film review of Bingo Hell. Please subscribe to my channel. I've got plenty of the film reviews. I've done all sorts of things, and I've got plenty more in the pipeline. Give me a thumbs up if you liked the video. Leave a comment in the comment box below if you've seen this film. Did you agree or disagree? I don't know. Everyone's up to their own thing. Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you for watching, and goodbye.